What is going on, guys? So today we're going to talk about Army bonuses. It may seem boring, but actually this is something really important because we're going to cover a few of the areas in which you can actually have to repay your bonuses, and then I'm going to go over some of the areas in which people are scared that they may have to repay their bonuses, but they don't actually have to. Alright, so before we get into this quick little video about Army bonuses, I want to quickly go over the Black Friday sale on the store. It's going to be super simple, and it's going to run from Friday until Monday night at midnight. So it's going to be super simple. You're going to use code WARD20 for 20% off of the store, the whole store site-wide. And also, I still have some coins left over for orders that are over $75. That should be pretty simple to hit. It's about 3 items or so. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with the coins, it's these coins right here. These are my personal second lieutenant coins. I'm not gonna be a second lieutenant for much longer. I am technically promotable right now, so those are gonna be gone pretty soon. So getting into the Army bonuses part of this video, so a lot of people look at Army bonuses. There's this video on YouTube, I remember it blew up a long time ago, back whenever I was first enlisting, and this person was just like, hey, don't get the Army bonus because you're gonna have to repay it. And that's just not the case. There are some circumstances in which you would have to pay back all, if not just a portion of your Army bonus, and I'm gonna cover that real quick. But the first thing that I wanna cover is the situation that I was worried about in having to repay my Army bonus, because I got a $15,000 enlistment bonus. And if you guys didn't know my whole Army path or whatever, basically what I did was I enlisted in the Army Reserves, and then a couple of years later, after getting the first 50% of my bonus, and after getting the second, or whatever, first 25% installment, so 75% of that bonus was given to me, and then I contracted in ROTC to become an officer. When you contract in ROTC, what that does is it literally basically just cancels out your enlistment contract as long as you fulfill your ROTC obligation to become an officer. So it cancels your enlistment contract, which tied to that enlistment contract was a $15,000 bonus. And I was worried that I was gonna have to pay back essentially $12,500 because you would have to do that pre-tax, which is really stupid considering they tax it, giving it to you, but then when they want it back, you pay it before you got taxes, which is literally stupid because you would pay more if you had to do that. But basically, in this situation, a lot of people find themselves in this situation where you join the military, then you want to become an officer, and you don't fulfill your enlistment contract, so therefore you're worried like, hey, am I gonna have to repay my Army bonus? And I'm gonna put the Army regulation right here in which you are not going to have to repay that bonus. So basically, long story short, sum it all up for you. If you enlist into the military, you get a bonus, whatever is paid out to you, you're going to get to keep, but you're not going to get the rest of your bonus. So for me, for example, I did not get the remaining $3,000 or so of my enlistment bonus because I had contracted to become an officer at that point in time. So whatever was remaining to be given to me wasn't going to be given to me, but whatever I had before, I got to keep, which is really, really cool. So even though I didn't fulfill my enlistment contract, I was pursuing a higher advancement. I was pursuing advancing my career, which is something really important whenever you're talking about this stuff. So if you're wanting to become an officer, or if you go like warrant officer, you're switching your MOS, things like that, then those are situations which you're advancing your career. You're not just trying to get out of what you're doing for no real reason. You're not trying to just get out of your contract. You're advancing your career. So in those circumstances, you do not have to pay back your enlistment bonus. So if you got a lump sum right out the gate, then you don't have to pay that back. If you're like me, and usually with larger bonuses, they'll pay you 50%, then 25% after 2 years, and then 25% after 2 more years. Now, if you're worried that you may have to repay your bonus for whatever reason, essentially what you need to think about is, did you fulfill your enlistment contract? So did you hold up your end of the bargain? Because if you didn't, then you may have to pay back at least a portion of your bonus that would cover the remainder of your contract time. So if you had like a 4-year contract, and let's say, for example, you were in for 3 years and then you got discharged because you kept failing your PT test, but you had already gotten all of your bonus just up front, well then technically, because you have a year left on your contract, which means you didn't fulfill about 25% of that contract, more than likely you're going to have to pay back 25% of your enlistment bonus pre-tax. Now that's honestly going to be the case for most people that actually have to pay back their contract, is because they did something and they got separated from the military before the end of their contract was up, so they have to pay back usually just a portion of that enlistment bonus. But if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're going to be getting out of the military early and you don't fulfill the rest of your contract, or maybe you're wanting to switch MOSs, things like that, just make sure you talk to, I think it would be your retention officer, about your enlistment bonus, and just talk to them about, you know, in what circumstances may you have to pay a portion of that back. That's always something that you're going to need to do, instead of just watching a video of me saying, you know, a few specific things from my experience, and also regulations that, you know, are Army regulations. There's always weird circumstances and situations and things like that that you could find yourself in. So again, always, you know, talk to somebody who is in finance, who is your retention officer, that knows all of your contract specific stuff, because I don't know all that stuff. But the bottom line here is, if you are advancing your military career, you switch MOSs, you become an officer, a warrant officer, whatever, if you're advancing your military career, you are not going to have to pay back your enlistment bonus. But if you get discharged from the military early because of something that you did, then more than likely you're going to have to pay back at least a portion of your enlistment bonus. Now, I didn't find anything online, but I'm assuming if you get injured and it's the Army's fault that you got injured, and you got injured on the job in the Army and you get discharged because of that, then I'm assuming then you would just keep whatever bonus you have, and then whatever else was going to be paid out to you, you're not going to get that. However, that is just an assumption, because I didn't find anything related to that. But that is it for this video. Don't forget the Black Friday / Cyber Monday sale, code WARD20 for 20% off if you want one of these t-shirts, the gold paint Army paint t-shirts with the flag on the sleeve. I got some shirts that do have the flag, I got some shirts that don't, so you can decide which ones you want. I got some hoodies and things like that you guys can check out, some sweatpants, all kinds of good stuff. Hope you guys check it out. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, that'd be awesome. If you want to check out some more of my videos, hit the subscribe button, that would be even better. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat if you haven't already. Hope you guys have an amazing freaking day, and I will see y'all later.